What makes the Marines great is that your brother or sister next to you will pick you up and you'll keep moving forward. Just because you landed in Quantico or you come on a TAD trip here, you get to visit the museum, you start learning your history. For us, when they set foot on the yellow footprints, some of the very first classes that they're getting shoved down their throat in their soul are history classes, to the point, I'm going to date myself, but I remember the history instructors would come in the period dressed costume, uniform, whatever it was of that period that they're teaching. So you got 17 and 18-year-olds, for the most part, inside recruit training, seeing this, sergeant or staff sergeant coming dressed in the period and talking about the Battle of Belleau Wood or you name it. And they are in it. And they are submersed in all things history and names who have gone before us. And it makes it so that everything that you do from the moment that you step foot, you have a reputation, right? You have to earn your place. The commandant, never given. You have to earn it. You have to earn your title Marine. You have to earn to fight for your country. Like, that's crazy, right? Like, you have to earn your way into this Marine Corps to fight for your country. And that's pretty awesome, right? And then you get here and then you see, the building is beautiful and the things inside of it are beautiful, but the dozens, right? Those figures, those probably retired colonels or master gunnery sergeants, sergeants majors who are still in it, right? And all they want to do is just answer the questions that the young high school kid may have. But for me, more importantly, we have the professional military education headquarters here. So the sergeant's course, the Staff and SEAL Leadership School, like these courses, they bring the Marines here. And yeah, they get to walk around, they get to hear the different things, but they get to listen to these gentlemen who have gone before them and did it, right? Yeah. And so for me, it's being a Marine means embodying all of that. It creates this thing inside your soul that makes you want to get better every day. So you never, ever let down those who came before you. You'll slip, you'll fall, you'll fall on your face, but it's what makes the Marines great is that your brother or sister next to you will pick you up and you'll keep moving forward, right? So it's 32 years of being a Marine, and it's flown by, and I wouldn't want to have done it any other way.
Yeah. Standards come to my mind. The word standards comes to my mind as you talk through that. And there's always conversation about standards. I won't even say in the last couple of years, we've always talked about standards. Whether you go back 32 years, I could go back to 2003 when I went into the Army, and everyone's always talking about standards. And at every level of command, whether that be at the platoon level, the company level, battalion, and so on, all the way up to the entire component. Right? You always have in the back of your mind the standard. When you look at incoming Marines today, those aspiring to earn the title Marine, what is that standard that you look for?
Yeah. The Marine Corps is a unique place in that it attracts certain kinds of individuals into this service, right? We are very upfront with you. We are very transparent. There's nothing blocking social media. There's no hidden agenda. We will show you what a Marine Corps drill instructor will generate inside of you and what the standards will be, and that life will be hard. Like, you will literally turn over your cell phone, right? In your whole life for this generation, right? And turn over your baby, right? Like, you are turning it over, and you're not going to see that thing until it's over. And you are watching these young people commit. You're watching these people, they understand what's going to happen in the next 3 months. Still, they give in, right? And they give it, all of it. They give every bit of their being to us with the promise that we will make you better, right? If you give over your soul to us, the contract is that we will make you better. And so the generation of today who's coming into a Marine Corps that has very high standards and is unapologetic about it, I think that's why we've never missed well, not never, but it's been decades since we've missed our recruiting mission and or our retention mission, because it's a way of life. It's it's living your days, ensuring that you are doing enough to elevate each other, so you never have to fail, right? And when you do fail, again, you pick each other up and you move forward. I love it. It's pressure, all right, but pressure creates certain things, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful things, and so it's an interesting and awesome organization that is built by humans for humans to do very hard things.
Yeah. When you look at the mission of the Marine Corps, and we mentioned this land, sea, air, there's a lot that goes into being proficient at each one of those tasks. It's not, none of those are simple. I mean, we have entire service branches that focus on only one.
Yeah.
Air Force.
I love the Air Force. I love it.
But so do I. We couldn't do it without them. These last couple of months have really,
Oh my
really
goodness.
shown what the power of the U.S. Air Force can bring to
That's right.
to the combat formation. But it's very difficult to look across the formation and think, okay, how are we going to be the world's best in land, sea, and air functionality? So from your perspective, when you start looking at readiness levels and training priorities, how do you balance between being combat ready in land, sea, and air, but also in multiple areas of operation? Because the Marines are not like we were in as Green Berets, where I was in 10th group, we focused on Europe. Never once when I went to the Middle East. You have to be prepared as a Marine to go anywhere in the world.
Yeah, and proof is very recently the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit, in the Indo-Pacific, the Marines who were in that formation, thinking that they were going to do all things Indo-Pacific things, training exercises, end up into Central, CENTCOM, and so very quickly how the world changed, but. It is how we're built. We're small enough, right? And the training pipeline is flexible enough to create a certain kind of Marine that is, I'm going to use the phrase, but brilliant in the basics, right? And so it is sometimes difficult for us not to create a type of Marine that we want everything. An example would be a drill instructor who, before they go and step into recruit training and train recruits, we want them to be martial arts instructors, so belt them all the way to black belts. We want them to be swim instructors, so get them all the way to the top tier of swim qualifications, and on and on and on. And then they can go see and train recruits, right? But what we found is when we try to over specialize and create this perfect version of likely takes 15 years to make, it's like, no, just, what is good enough? What is the standard? What are we looking to create? How can we get the Marine to be flexible, adaptable? Do that. Do it quickly. Do it with quality. Do it with proper training and equipment, proper instruction. And then what you'll get as a result is an 80% solution that you can pivot anywhere, right? And I think you've seen it again and again throughout the world, that you can be, from the cold to the desert to, it doesn't matter for us, because that's the mentality of the Marine Corps. Motor T operator, supply guy, it won't matter. You have to perform the basics of a basic rifleman in order to belong. And if you can't, right, then someone may say, well, your skill set as a cyber operator will overcome all the other deficiencies. Well, tomorrow that cyber operator is going to be injected into a MARSOC team who now needs to get deployed and move on to this other thing. You better have been training, and you better have been having all the other things that make a Marine lethal.